Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. So I wanted to talk about security today because this is something, if you know me, I've played it sort of safe. A lot of people wouldn't say so, but if you looked at some of the choices I've made, I've always tried to make sure that I was making pretty safe choices when I didn't really need to be that conservative. So I've sort of valued security very highly, and it's only recently that I've sort of learned that there's a relationship between the amount of uncertainty that you're willing to live with and the quality of your life. As I've tried to eliminate all the uncertainty from my life and just have 100% security, I found that I've eliminated a lot of the positive elements of life, and that's not what you really want. And not only have I discovered that, but I've also discovered that the only type of security that you can actually have is inner security. It's the security that's in here, that you create for yourself rather than external security. The only thing that is certain is that nothing is certain in life, right? We can't be certain of anything, but especially the external. But what we can control, if you're looking for security, and again, I've made this mistake because I'm like, well, if I have a certain amount of money, then I'll be secure. If I have this business or this property or this job, right? Or this relationship, some people say, then I'll be secure. But that's not true, because all of those things can disappear. And again, I'm going to get into a little bit stoic philosophy, stoic principles here, but all of those things can disappear. But what's not going to disappear is the inner security, this inner strength that you develop as you develop as a character, develop your character and become a better version of yourself, which hopefully, that's kind of the goal of Really Simple Program of this channel, is to help you to become better, right? To not just learn things. Learning things is great, but what can you take? How can you change and grow as a person to become stronger, to have that inner security, to know that whatever happens, I'm going to be able to handle it? That's the true form of security, that really, the only form that really exists. Everything else is an illusion. How much money you have, what kind of house you have, what kind of car you drive, all of those things can be taken from you, but what can no one take from you? No one can take from you your heart, what you have, what you've built, your character, your know-how, your ability to adapt to circumstances and situations, right? The entrepreneurial spirit, the work ethic that you've developed, all of those things, the ability to tolerate pain and to come through and to find your own motivation and drive, those things stick with you. And so that's where, hopefully you're learning some of those things and developing those things, and hopefully these videos are helping you. But if you're looking for security, that's where to invest, is in yourself, in that kind of security, rather than in external things where, again, I've made this mistake so much in the past, trying to figure out if I have this amount of money, and if I'm not saying to not try and set yourself up well and to make wise choices. I'm just saying that, if you're really looking for security, the place that you're going to find it is within yourself. It's not going to be that external amount. Again, and I want to talk a little bit about one of the things that I've sort of done and built in order to help you to do that. So again, I think it's valuable, to apply this to your development life as a software developer. I think it's valuable to have a brand, to build up a reputation, because that's another thing. That's like an inner security thing, right? So you can develop skills and you can have certain technologies under your belt, but if you have built up a reputation and a brand, that you kind of carry that with you, right? That's more of an inner thing. Sure, it could be stripped of you, but that's a much harder thing, right? Once you build up a brand and security. So if you haven't checked it out already, you might want to check out my How to Market Yourself as a Software Developer course. You can find that here, and that's where I teach you how to build a blog, how to build an online presence, and how to build a brand that is going to give you a little bit more of that inner security. Again, it's not going to help you if you don't develop some of the character traits that you need. You need to learn how to work hard and to be able to find motivation and that inner drive, and how to deal with people. If you need some help with some of those things, check out my Soft Skills Software Developers Life Manual book. I think you'll find some valuable information in there on that. But yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to share that with you about developing the inner security as opposed to the external, because this is a lesson that I've had to learn in life as I've sort of played it too close to the cuff, sometimes too safe, and I haven't taken some of the risks. You might look at me and say, well, John, you've taken lots of risks. Well, maybe, but I've recently learned those things and have started doing those things, and I still have a lot to learn about that. But part of the reason why I'm able to do that now is because I have a lot of confidence in myself to be able to handle situations and to be able to deal with whatever comes, instead of relying on having this outside fortress and believing that I can build all these things outside of myself that are going to give me security. Instead, I have this inner security. I know that, hey, crap might happen tomorrow. Like, the stuff might go down. I might lose my business or lose my real estate, or something might happen, but I'm not going to lose the ability that I've built within myself, the confidence, the character traits, the know-how that I've built that is going to stay with me. You can drop me off, in a jungle somewhere with a knife, and I'm self-reliant. I can figure out how to survive, how to get things done, how to build a business again from scratch, because I've developed these skills over time, and hopefully my reputation would help me to some degree. That's why I think it's so important for software developers, for anyone in general, really, to build a personal brand, because that's something that sticks with you for a long time and has a huge value that's really hard to weigh, whereas learning technology or having a specific expertise, that can fade and become less valuable over time. Anyway, went a little bit longer than I planned here, but hopefully you got some value out of this. If you like this channel, subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.